Welcome back to the House of Faith and Fashion. I'm your host, Toby Rubenstein, and up next is, I'm so excited for my friend, entrepreneur, executive director, and producer of Fashion Week International. She's here to talk to us about Premier Luxury Group to support independent artists and backstage secrets of Paris Fashion Week and Milan Fashion Week. Welcome, my friend, Tracy Murray.
Hi, Toby. Thank you so much for having me. This is an honor to be on your show. Thank you so much.
Tracy, first of all, thank you so much to your designer, Perry Jones, who provided me with this incredibly gorgeous jacket. Actually, a suit, but oh my God. So I'm wearing something straight off the runway that hasn't even made it to the runway to Paris Fashion Week, which is the one that's after Milan Fashion Week. I don't know how you do all this.
I know.
All the Fashion Week. So I don't know where to start. So I'm just going to start with like the one thing. Okay. How long have you been doing this?
Well, I've been doing this for about 4 years so far. So I would say I'm not as much in it as many people in the industry, but I have taken it on and it feels like a lifetime. I have been doing so many shows because I have a background in a very different genre, and but I have been in it for a lifetime in the sense that I have always been involved in fashion in some way.
Can you delve more into your background as to how you started, where you started from, and how you got to this position that you are? Even though, like, it blows my mind that you have this position, because we're going to get into more as to how many shows. When you say Paris Fashion Week and Milan Fashion Week, it's a multitude of shows that you do at these incredible venues, which I'm looking in the background.
Well, I would love to have you here. I am so lucky to be able to be just surrounded by aesthetics constantly. Like, as you can see in this venue, this is a palazzo. It is just a palace. It really is. And it's just pure aesthetics. So to answer your question, to delve in a bit into my background and how I got started and how I, went through my journey of being an executive producer during Fashion Week. It is just, for me, it feels magical because I essentially delved into it more in Copenhagen. That's my baby. That's where I love doing my entrepreneurship. And, I was lucky enough way back just to have some contacts that just helped me, that mentored me through to becoming the person that I am today, in the sense that I can, with confidence, put on an entire Fashion Week show with a team, of course, and just to full success. And it's ever since I started, the passion has grown and grown, and because it is so rewarding, I get to witness people, their dreams coming true, from to the dresser, to the usher, to, of course, the designers, to the full production, to anyone I work with. Yeah, I don't know. I could go on and on, but
But you touched on something that I'm going to tap onto. Making dreams come true, which made my dream come true 2 years ago when I could say when you allowed me to walk down the runway in Paris Fashion Week. And it was such a pleasure that, you have the introduction of my book and you have an essay of your own. So I want to explore, I started off this show exploring the hottest trend coming out of New York Fashion Week, which we discussed privately, was all the models that are over 40 that are now ruling the runway. And I feel like you really took a chance back then, and, you did it for me. And now look how it's going. that it's just
That
tremendous. Do you plan on continuing
beautiful.
that? Not that I'm hint saying I got to walk the runway again, but how are you guys
Come back.
in Milan going to, take that trend and run with it? Because obviously, aside from me, this is a really, really important issue.
It is such an important issue, and I want to backtrack and tell you that it was our honor and pleasure having you on the runway, Toby, because you just gave it so much grace and elegance, and you impinged on the audience. I saw audiences, they were just in awe of you walking down that runway with your amazing husband, ushering you down those beautiful stairs at the Ritz. It was quite an experience.
It was a fashion hallelujah moment, but it was a Cinderella moment for me. Cinderella at 65 is like, that's a very mature Cinderella.
65 and just gorgeous, Toby. You set the standard, and I'm telling you, it was, again, our honor, and it wasn't just that we would have you, it was that you would have being with us on the runway, and then for that, I really appreciate it.
Thank you. So when you're casting your models now, are you going towards the more, I'm not even going to say mature, I'm saying the more fabulous. I can't even use that word.
It's a gorgeous state to have, and to be able to exhibit beauty. Like, just to answer your question, yes, we plan on bringing that further, because truly I believe, and I think I speak for, I would dare to say everyone, that beauty is not defined by our, I want to say a cliche word, our age. I want to say beauty is defined in what shines, what is inspiring, and beauty goes through many phases during our lifetime, and it really does. And it is just another thing to have. It's just another level of beauty, and I would say it is the most gorgeous beauty to have, and I look so much forward to getting there, and I'm getting there, and it's just I'm sort of embracing it all, and you are such an example to that, aesthetic level of beauty all the way through. And
my Perry Jones
gorgeous, makes it
right
work
off the runway,
literally right off the runway.
Let's talk business. Okay, the Fashion Week International Studio offers an opportunity for independent designers to earn brand recognition in really the most magnificent way, because if you have to explain how you do this, what does it take to actually qualify and then walk us through the whole thing, because a lot of people don't understand the steps to getting to this level.
Absolutely. Yes, I can imagine it's not written down anywhere. So it's so nice to be able to just share with you a little bit of our inside, journey on what steps we do go through in order to, reach the people we want to reach, said designers that are emerging or even well-established designers in their own country and their own state or area. And so what we do is we do a very thorough research. There's a research process where we just get out there and we find the different areas on all the continents of the planet, and we see, who would qualify. And of course, we do look for a certain level of quality that we feel mirrors our aesthetic to, the production and the venues and where we are, because we are in Paris Fashion Week, right smack in the middle with all the other big brands around us. So we have to mirror that aesthetic. And even, and that being said, we do find there are so many beautiful talents around this world that haven't had the chance. And so we do reach out to them and we invite them officially.
When you're in Paris and you're there during Paris Fashion Week, there's such an excitement going on. You can't describe it, because it's not like it's really not even like New York Fashion Week. I mean, everything sizzles fashion during Fashion Week. So could you tell us the best way to enjoy Paris Fashion
Mhm.
Week if
Yeah,
someone were to come and visit. And
absolutely.
then, and then you could share with us how you could possibly get, like any of my viewers can
Yeah,
get an invitation, or even introduce them to the fact that if there are designers out there that say, okay, it's time for me to make that giant leap to
absolutely.
Paris. And that's really like, the
That's
creme de la creme of
it
where you
is the
want to
kind of
be, where you want to be seen. And
absolutely.
and like I said, I can't stress. I mean, you are now at the West Inn on Place Vendôme, which is the home of every exclusive brand. Just the address alone, I get an
I
Emily
know.
in Paris moment
It
right
is a
now. It is just magical. So
it
if
is
you
so
can,
magical.
like, tell us,
We'd
give
love
us
to.
give us what would happen if any of the viewers would visit. What
Absolutely.
should they expect?
What do they even do? I know it's such a cobweb of different things, and I think even way back when I was myself an enthusiast, I would Google and I would try to find out, but it would just lead me nowhere. And so what I do want to let everyone in on a little secret. The reason why a fashion week can be so difficult to enter into is because it is a by industry only invite, and that is because we want to service our designers in the sense that they should have every person there is contributing to their success. However, that
However,
being said, I think the regular, person that deserves to experience it too, it takes keep sending emails. However, there is one secret, and I think that you are actually going to interview this man too. He's an amazing guy.
well, we are Pablo.
Pablo Star
Pablo Star
is
from Fashion Week
an
Online.
amazing man.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know if I was allowed to expose that, but I'm sure he'll be happy to hear us say it, that if you do go in on, and I'm not affiliated with him, but I just wanted to say, if you do go in on Fashion Week Online, I don't know that many people know it, but you can actually get access. And it is very, I think it's worth your while to check that site out for exclusive
Right.
Fashion Week runway shows.
Invitations. But you always post your shows live on Instagram, so you
And
could
that's
tell
the secret
everybody
too. Thanks for
where
reminding
to look for that. Go ahead.
Yes, we do. Always, we have our lives because we love to interact with, of course, everyone around the globe. And of course, if you don't have the time, I mean, we have our lives. We can't always fly around, So you'll get to enjoy it from our main page on
Yeah.
IG, and it will be live every show. And in fact, also on Fashion Week Online, you can also check into a live. Streaming. So wherever you are, there's always access to the live shows for sure, and you're welcome to join in on that fun.
Tracy, before I hit you with my favorite rapid fire questions,
Yeah,
can you
you're
just
always
tell the audience how many this is not just one show.
no.
Please share, because you left that, I don't know, you're being very, very humble, girl. You don't be so humble. Tell them how many shows you do and how long your Fashion Week lasts.
So I work all around the year. It takes us 6 months leading up to the shows. We have Fashion Week every 6 months. So during Fashion Week, well, to answer your question on how many shows we
How
have,
many shows?
it is a wild
Nine?
figure.
9 or 10?
Well,
3 days, 3
that would
shows.
that would be the fashion weeks themselves. So
Yes.
we can say over 10. But
Yeah.
if we're talking about production of a show for a designer, we are up in the 200s. So we've done back-to-back shows, boom, 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 boom. And this is not me. This is me and my team.
Yes.
There's
And
way
you have an amazing, first of all, you have an amazing team. Shout
it
out to
is
them. You have an amazing makeup team.
make
Oh my God. Really?
dressers,
I
stylists,
just, you feel like a real princess. Like
and
when you're at your shows, first of all, you're at a top quality, high fashion show.
beautiful.
And that's one thing. And then everything behind the scenes is so fantastically glorious. I just want you to tell me one crazy story from behind the scenes.
Oh,
Just one crazy story, because it can't all
well,
be perfect.
I might just have to say this now that you asked the question. Um, so I think, we experience all the craziness in the world. But we did have one designer backstage, and I will not name no names, a beautiful designer. I love him. But he,
Did you have a meltdown?
one of them, I would say that's an understatement. It was quite the scene, and we had to bring in security. And
Oh my God,
it was
really?
quite an interesting time. We
Mm.
love him or her, and
it wreaks havoc on your nerves. You create,
can
you're
happen.
giving birth to something, and you need to
It is a
and
big
everyone's going to see it, and the whole world sees it, and it's in Paris, which makes it even more exaggerated.
so
But I always
extravagant.
say in my book, Tracy, I say people don't realize that you have to be a therapist, a mommy, a chef, a masseuse, a husband, a wife. You have to be all of the above. All senses are on overload when you have to run a fashion show, for sure. So let's get into the rapid fire
I love it.
question.
I'm ready.
So, Tracy, how much faith do you need to be in business?
That is a great question. I don't even know that I can give you a short answer to that.
Need a ton?
I would say a ton and more. Yeah, it is so crucial to have faith. Actually, I don't say that there is any other way. I don't know
That's
how.
why I love you.
Yep.
That's why I love you. That's why I said that you're going to be you're going to be the head of the chaplain. You're going to be the chaplain of the chapel that's built on the grounds of the House of Faith and Fashion. But do you? I mean, I know the answer to this question, but I have to ask it anyway. Do you think your talents are God-given?
Again, I cannot just give you one short answer, but yes, and more and more and more. It cannot be any other way. Faith, God, it is a unity, and there's so much aesthetics. That's why I love the fashion industry, because it is on that wavelength. It is the same aesthetic as God. It is creation. That is what we do as beings, don't we? We create. And the more aesthetics we apply in our life, the more God we have, the more divinity that we get to embrace. The more.
Oh my God, you can have my job. Next question. Okay, this is a tough one. I mean, I get a lot. This is where it varies.
I'm ready.
How should a person dress in a house of worship?
That is a very nice question. And I actually like that you asked that question, because I feel that with the years, people start understanding it a little bit more, and you have to embrace yourself. So you have to be yourself, but you have to also respect what you are there for. You are not there for a runway. You are not there for finding, your next suitor. You are there for the house of worship, and you are there for faith. And, you don't need to attract attention for specific things. So, respect that and be humble and be yourself. That's most important.
Good answer. Good. Now I know why I was so excited to have you on. This was a great discussion. But can you, before we depart and you go into the glamorous, unbelievable world of going from Milan Fashion Week to Paris Fashion Week in venues that look even a fraction of what I'm seeing your background looks like, can you tell everybody where they can learn more about you, your website, yada, yada, yada?
Absolutely. We have our main website is Fashion Week Studio. That's Instagram. So Fashion Week Studio official. And then if you want online, it is fashionweekstudio.com. And I have to say that, again, I am just a pin in the production. The owner, Nathanael Hotois, she is amazing.
I love you. And kisses to you. I'm sending it out to you. Kisses to Nathaniel, and she is in South Africa.
She is so busy.
She is wonderful, and I adore her for allowing me to be a part of this from 2 years ago and to come to fruition.
Gorgeous.
To be the book, and I'll be back on the runway. So
you will.
I will visiting with me. Oh, we'll film it. I'm going to be back on the runway. I told my husband already. I'm going back on the runway. I'm ready. I'm
I'm
ready.
excited. We're ready.
Maybe I'll do Perry Jones again,
To
but
bring Perry Jones's outfits.
he's gonna make me a skirt with my suit now. I
Oh
need
my-
something more specific.
Oh,
I come with all these instructions, like I can't
we love it. We
do
need
this, I can't do that, blah blah blah. But hey,
It's
if you stand
beautiful.
for your principles, you get things done, and I think people
Exactly.
respect you more. So thank you so much for visiting with me in the House of Faith and Fashion.
Oh my
And
God.
I'll see you in Paris, girl.
I will see you in Paris. I cannot wait. Thank you again, Sophie.
Bye.